Title: Shen Yue in tears as she catches Wang cheating with fellow actor and star. Narrator: love, they say, is a beautiful yet fragile thing. It can lift you up to the highest clouds, but when shattered, it sends you crashing down into the deepest abyss. Shen Yue had always believed in love, in trust, and in the unbreakable bond she shared with Wang. But one fateful night, everything changed. It was a cold evening in Shanghai. The city lights flickered, the streets buzzed with life, but inside Shen Yue's heart, a storm was brewing. She had been feeling something off in her relationship with Dylan for weeks. Missed calls, vague excuses, and a growing distance between them. She wanted to ignore it, to convince herself that she was simply overthinking. But deep down, an unsettling fear gnawed at her heart. Then the moment of truth arrived. That night, Shen Yue had finished a long day of filming. She was exhausted, longing to go home and curl up in Dylan's arms. But fate had other plans. As she stepped into her car, her phone buzzed. It was her best friend, Shen Yue. Shen Yue on call. Worried, I know you don't want to hear this, but you need to come to the Grand Pearl Hotel right now. Shen Yue, confused. What? Why? Shen Yue, hesitant. It's Dylan. He's here, and he's not alone. Her hands trembled. She wanted to dismiss it, to tell herself it was a misunderstanding. But her gut told her otherwise. She needed to see it for herself. With her heart pounding, she drove through the city streets, each turn bringing her closer to a truth she wasn't ready to face. She arrived at the Grand Pearl Hotel, stepping out into the chilly night air. Her breath hitched as she walked into the lobby, her eyes scanning the luxurious surroundings. Then she saw them. Wang, the man she had loved with all her heart, was sitting in a private corner of the hotel restaurant. But he wasn't alone. Across from him, laughing and leaning into him intimately, was none other than a fellow actress, a rising starlet known for her beauty and charm. Shen Yue felt her world come crashing down. For a moment, she stood frozen, unable to move, unable to breathe. The warmth of Dylan's smile, the way he held the actress's hand so tenderly, it was a sight she never imagined she would witness. Tears welled up in her eyes. She wanted to storm in, to confront him, to demand an explanation. But as she took a shaky step forward, something stopped her. Dylan reached across the table and tucked a strand of the actress's hair behind her ear, a gesture he had always reserved for Shen Yue. And then the final blow. The actress leaned in and pressed a soft kiss against Dylan's lips. The betrayal was undeniable. Shen Yue staggered back, the weight of the moment crushing her. She had given him her heart, her trust, her everything, only to have it shattered before her eyes. Her vision blurred as hot tears streamed down her face. She wanted to scream, to run, to wake up from what felt like a nightmare. But this was real. She turned and walked away, each step heavier than the last. As she exited the hotel, the night air felt colder than ever before. She wiped her tears, but they kept falling. Wang, the man she once thought was her forever, had betrayed her in the most painful way. And with that silence came a realization. Perhaps love, no matter how strong, is never truly enough if trust is broken.